Normal exercises, which he started this morning. The wind movement is favorable for hoisting his sail. He's been sailing for years towards making a dream come true, and it keeps growing. The Gulf waters and wind are the energy Walid wants to harness to help him achieve his goal. He's not yet 18, and awaiting him is the stardom of winning a world championship in the next few years. John Benson returns to Ghana. He's fulfilled one of the big dreams he had revealed 3 months ago while filming this picture. A sense of confidence overwhelms him as he returns to his village 300 kilometers from the capital, Accra. Childhood friends who played with him in the street years ago will greet him today, a champion on the road to stardom.
I remember playing here as a footballer. I was a kid playing football. I remember many things. Like I used to play, I miss the way I wear my shoes, the way we used to play. We have missed many things. And my dream was to be a professional footballer. But when I was playing here, I was happy playing here with all my friends. Well, I started to do football when I was in the academy. When I was playing, I was not sure if I can be a professional, but when I entered into the academy, I started dreaming to be a footballer.
I'm away to Moses Marison. Motor to car training on it be ban me a match by a pompola Monton Gabitina Lenadaba.
Sangane ya man do wona o da ba boara bie an e bibibia ye bie an e bison among the ball so kina manda do ba cry man dia na tiri to mo kina ye furi ba sagala bi puoling acha ka ball bu puoling kati godo mu ni ja pare ball jagala
Life hasn't changed much in Obasi. John remembers today how he had dreamed of a real ball and a gravel-free playground to prove and sharpen his abilities. Everything remains the same. Going home after a long absence is just for a visit. Soon he will return to pursue his dream.
Since I came to Aspire, I've learned a lot, especially in school and in football. But now I'll talk about football. When I came, I was young. I was not big enough. I was not having the experience. Aspire took me and they teach me more and more about my experience and taking me out, seeing new things and good things. So I think Aspire improved me a lot.
No, this local and national. It's only one. No, national. It's at 20. No, it's only 20. How? Yeah, it was there. This is tournament. They give money, big money.
Aspire, the big family. John joined years ago, and so did dozens of talented people in various sports. John's innate talent in football was a sure indicator that he would become a professional player, given the right circumstances. These circumstances came together when he joined the Qatari team Al Ahly, where he receives esteem and support from coaches and fellow players. And because at Aspire, sport involves character building, John, along with other talented people, had to go back to studying. This way, they can escape from the net of illiteracy to score into the nets of life.
C'est ce que j'appelle le rêve de tout sportif, c'est de dire je vais me réaliser non seulement en tant que sportif, en tirant profit de toutes mes potentialités, mais en plus je vais me faire en tant qu'homme, puisque je vais avoir une éducation adaptée aux heures de compétition que j'ai. C'est ce qui se passe à Aspire, et c'est ouvert à toutes les nationalités, à tous les sports. Il y a un brassage tel que sur le plan des échanges, c'est extraordinaire.
In our club we have, I think, 18 nationalities. To integrate people in different cultures is a challenge.
The mission, the objective of what Aspire is trying to do is very, very encouraging and should be supported. And we should all support this cause.
Under Aspire's roof, the world speaks one language, sports, and seeks to achieve one goal, to stand out. Those who joined this place were provided with all the energy and expertise needed to refine their talent. Days are spent regularly between study, training, and playing. For every talent at Aspire, there are enough options and opportunities to instill enthusiasm and drive for achievement. Like John, dozens of talented boys are living as one family, acquiring knowledge and improving their performance under the supervision of international trainers and coaches across all sports. All the conditions are conducive for these young men to make a major difference to their lives.
He visto algo extraordinario. Creo, sinceramente, que en el mundo no existe algo similar.
I think it's very important that the young ones will have an exposure to the other cultures of the world. And this will make the world a better place to live in.
Any young person in England would love the opportunity to come here and do this, let alone boys from Qatar or from the Middle East, from Africa. It's a wonderful opportunity and something that's life-changing for them.
He's pleased about the trophies and awards he has won so far. He trusts many more are waiting for him, and distant seas await him to breathe their wind into the sail of his dreams.
أول شيء اخترت الرياضة لأن احنا يعني من صغري أنا في البحر. وأنا صغري في البحر مع الوالد مع أهلي مع إخواني. وكنت أول ما كلها أشوف البحر واي. بس حبيت البحر لأنها لعبة حلوة الصراحة يعني فيها أكشن أكثر وفيها البحر والطبيعة على أيام أجدادنا وقبل كنا في البحر. سبير ساعدتنا في وايد أشياء، ساعدتنا في الدراسة. يعني أقدر أمارس الرياضة والدراسة في وقت واحد. يعني أسافر وأرجع. يعني أقدر أعيد الدروس اللي فاتتني هاي. المدارس الحكومية هاي ما فيها هالشيء. يعني ما تقدر تسافر أي بطولة. أنا كنت أسافر على امتحانات آخر السنة. يعني امتحانات آخر السنة كنت أسافر وأرجع ويقدموا لي الامتحان نفسه وأدرس فيه.
Walid was born and lives in Doha. He loves the sea and water sports and considers himself lucky to have Aspire in his country. He studies at the academy and lives in the heart of a place that houses future champions in various sports. Walid lives between two families, one who loves sport, Speed, encourages and supports him, and Aspire, who put him on the path of becoming a professional windsurfer.
Aspire تعلمت فيها تنظم الوقت بين الرياضة بين الدراسة وتعلمت منها يعني الثقة في الناس، يعني تكون واثق من نفسك في كل البطولات، يعني تكون يعني ما تدش وانت يعني خايف ولا شيء، لا يعني الثقة في النفس وتدش وتعطيك كل اللي عندك ومركز في البطولة، يعني سيريس على طول على البطولة. أنا حلمي يعني أحقق بطولة عالمية وأحقق البطولة الأكبر، أكبر من إني أوقع النادي. أحقق بطولة وأنا في دولتي وأنا أكون قطري ورافع علم قطر في دولتي أنا.
Already he have took the medal, he can make more, so I tell him to keep working hard and reach what he want to reach.
So, the acid changed the litmus paper, blue litmus paper, to red. Walid. Now I will give you
Walid sits next to John and other students of various nationalities on the studying benches. Like many athletes, he's not passionate about studying, but the interaction with new cultures adds to the character of every student at Aspire.
Choosing the best of their sportsmen to come here, not just to train in their chosen sport, but also to get a general education, because it's really important, of course, that sports people are not simply one-dimensional and only focused on sports. They also need to be able to make their way in the world after their sporting career has come to an end.
Si les Africains, les jeunes Africains et les jeunes Européens ou les jeunes Asiatiques restent ensemble, au moins pendant X temps, ils échangent au niveau de leur culture, leur pensée, le monde sera meilleur. Et ce n'est qu'avec le sport qu'on peut faire ça.
With Aspire, sport has become a way of life. And Aspire has become a community where home, school, and work are mixed. And into an open space for Doha school students, for football practice in fields for professionals.
We are proud that a country such as Qatar has developed such a center, and we would like that many other countries could have the resources and could have the energy to do so. Qatar has done it, but it's not a matter only of money. I think Qatar has put a lot of soul into the project, and that is what we appreciate most.
I think it's great what you find here for the public, for everybody who is living here in Qatar, to give the opportunity. And even in my country, in Germany, we don't have something like this, what you find here.
There is always time for fun and entertainment. John and a group of Aspire students are out on a trip to explore Qatar. They headed to one of Qatar's most popular markets to interact with their surroundings.
Once a player becomes a big star, there's huge pressure on the player. And very often, because lack of education and lack of life skills, these players run into trouble. And you can mention some of the best players in world football and in sport in general. It's either deviant behavior, social deviant behavior, drugs, alcohol, and other problems that players or major athletes get involved in.
Es trasladar nuestra experiencia, la que tenemos en las categorías inferiores del fútbol español, pero sumada a la educación, a un centro de alto rendimiento como es Aspire. Es una instalación fantástica, maravillosa y que para nosotros, yo creo que a mí particularmente, este convenio de colaboración me hace mucha ilusión.
As for Walid, who had just finished a water jet ski session, a hobby he shares with his brothers, he returns in the evening to greet his father at his workplace. A place he likes, with the engines, speed, and the constant care of his father.
هو يحرص على هذا الشيء وأنا أحرص على هالشيء أن ابني دائما يرفع راية قطر في المحافل الدولية في أي مكان بالعالم يرفع اسم قطر فوق. والحمد لله الحكومة والسباير ما قصروا معه، طلعوه ووصل الحمد لله إلى بطولات في 2006 في الأسياد، جاب ميدالية فضية، رفع اسم قطر فوق، وهذا شرف لنا احنا ولشرف لكل المواطنين القطريين ولقطر بعد.
Walid, who more than once has achieved first place in the Arab world, seeks to become an Olympic champion. As for John Benson, he had a dream months ago, which he was keen to achieve.
I have many dreams, but there is one I will never forget. The one I dreamt I was wearing national team jersey, playing with my colleagues. And this one, I stick to it, and I'll make sure I'll wear this jersey one time.
Not only did John achieve his dream of playing for his national team, but he also contributed to Ghana's victory in the Under-20 World Cup. John became a role model in his village. And the teacher who taught him while he was still young is now teaching a new generation. And the topic of her session is John Benson.
He was just like you, and he was super obedient. He was one of our football players. He did well and he was fit to happen. So I'm sure you want to be like him, isn't it? Yes,
Dabi ye za da ba frama. Sata ye za da ba frama. Bando ya kuma na ma nga da no manso. Kan po perkuga. O fast. Ani ye tierum bele.
Lenda ye fa man na man pui asen lene inde bi walu pu. Al kana man so ingate wala in weton yi ayi so bi kanga. No badana nya ale.
At the moment, wow, he's doing good. All the money that he got, he used to send it back for us. We used to pay the school fees of the other ones who are here schooling, and even for the housekeeping money, he be helping us. True. Wow.
John Benson is a very good player, and we are happy that through Aspire, he has improved and is capable of earning an invitation into the national team, the Under-20 team.
John Benson's story is classic. You know, it's telling a story about what Aspire represents.
When you have it, when you get selected, you're allowed in here. Make the most of it, and just to say, work hard and listen to your coaches and focus.
On the road to Aspire, Walid drives his fancy car, as if he doesn't want to be away from this place. Even during his vacation, he wants to stay close to the place which shares his dream.